All right, so last time we saw that a graph like this, and one like that, and one like this. And this was just one coming backwards towards the origin. This was starting at the point of the zero. And that was it. But let's look at some other interesting shapes. So what if you had something that looked like this? Well, what's that saying? Well, for one, you can see that the x becomes really large quickly, so this guy must be speeding up. But remember, speed or velocity, which is speed with direction, I'm going to start using velocity more often, is the slope, same as the slope. So if I want to figure out what's going on here, here's a simple, coolest trick in the world. So you take your pencil and you pretend that that's a tangent to this arc. And you say, okay, I'm going to make the slope. What's the slope look like here? It's kind of small. So you must be starting up slow at a slow speed. Everything that starts from rest starts at a slow speed, right? And then let's keep making the slope to match the slope of the graph as we move along. And can you see my pencil getting steeper and steeper? What does that mean? It means the slope is getting larger, so the speed must be getting larger. Okay? That's all there is to it. All you gotta do is use your pencil. Okay, here, let's try it again. I'm gonna have one that looks like that and then goes on like that. So you could pretty much tell me where the speed is increasing, where it's decreasing. All I gotta do is look at the slope. You're going pretty fast here, man. You're slowing down. Well, how do I know? Because your slope is becoming smaller. You slowed down quite a lot, man. Oops, you're speeding up again. Ooh, you're getting pretty fast now. Wow, all right. And so you see, you could pretty much see where he's speeding up and where he's slowing down. And so speeding up that way is called positive acceleration. And speeding up that way, and I know that sounds strange, what I mean is slowing down. So if your speed becomes negative, you start to slow down like you're slowing down over here, then that's called negative acceleration. That means, again, acceleration is like velocity, and it depends on direction. So positive acceleration just means that you are speeding up in that direction. Okay, your speed is increasing in that direction. So for example, if you were actually moving this way, that kind of acceleration would mean you're slowing down. But if you were moving that way, that kind of acceleration would mean you're going to speed up. So you see the acceleration is the same direction that you're moving, or the acceleration is caused by something called a force, and we'll talk about that in another class. But key point here is that if you are speeding up, and since we're doing everything in the positive direction, I'm just going to use the positive, you're accelerating, and when your speed is going down, then the acceleration is negative. That means you're slowing down. Okay, that means your acceleration is facing in the opposite the direction that you are moving. And so here's a really cool trick. Every kind of curve is either a part of a smiley face or a frowny face. Okay? Wherever you see a smiley face, we have positive acceleration. Again, that means acceleration is in the positive direction. And whenever you see this, then that's negative acceleration. And so looking at this curve, you could see that that all of this is negative acceleration. Remember, this guy starts out really fast and he's slowing down. So all of this is negative acceleration all the way up here. And then this is positive acceleration. And you can see this slope going up. So it's speeding up. All right? I know that negative positive sign might be getting you a little confused right now, but keep in mind this is really important. Negative acceleration means acceleration in that direction. Positive acceleration means acceleration in that direction. Positive velocity means velocity in that direction. And negative velocity means velocity in that direction. The size is telling you how fast, and the acceleration vector is telling you how much the acceleration is. And so, again, just to kind of point out this thing about positive and negative acceleration, if the acceleration is positive, so let's take this case. So if I have a velocity going this way, this acceleration will make my velocity increase. And my vector or my arrow will keep getting longer as long as the acceleration is pointing in that direction. And because I'm moving in the positive direction. But say if I were now moving in the negative direction and the acceleration was that way, that would mean my arrow or my velocity is going to become smaller and smaller till it kind of stops, and then I start going the other way. Okay? I hope you see what I mean. So that is positive acceleration, and when I was going the same direction, I was speeding up. When I was going the opposite direction, I was slowing down. So you can think of acceleration as being some kind of force. Okay, because it's caused by a force, the same direction as it. Now I'm going to show you the opposite. Again, let's say that the acceleration is now going in this direction, so you have negative acceleration. So if I were moving in the positive direction, the negative acceleration would be slowing me down. My vector would become smaller and smaller and smaller till I would stop. Now, on the other hand, with the same acceleration, if I were moving in this direction, then my vector would get longer, my velocity vector would get longer and longer and longer. Okay, this is my acceleration. So here's my velocity vectors. And in the motion diagrams, just to kind of bring it up now, if I were accelerating towards the right, this is what it would look like. That means I have positive acceleration. And if I were doing this, see, this is positive acceleration, and this here is negative acceleration, because here, if you look, here's a car. Let's assume the car is going this way. So again, I'm going to show it to you both ways, and this is kind of cool. So again, remember these are like oil drops? So if you saw this oil drop pattern, come on, Sherlock, you can do this. If you saw this oil pattern, what would it tell you about the car that did that? I hope you think, because you said that it's getting faster and faster because you could see that the gap is getting bigger and bigger. Yeah? And again, another car, again leaking oil. What can you tell me about him? And he said, well, he must have been slowing down because when he got over here, all that oil was just accumulating in one place. In fact, we've got a puddle forming here now. And so you can see that the direction in which the dots spread out is the direction of positive acceleration. So there's positive acceleration that way. Okay, this acceleration is in that direction because it's spreading out that way. Here the acceleration is in that direction because it's spreading out that way. Now in both cases you noticed I used a car going here. The same diagram appears same as a car going the other way. So let's say the car was coming this way, assuming the car was going this way now. Well, you would say, hey, this car is going fast and slowing down. Absolutely, he is. He's going fast this way and he's slowing down. And he's slowing down because the acceleration is that way. stopping him, slowing him down. Remember, I think of acceleration like a force, if you wish. And again, now if the same car is going this way, so we're looking at the automobiles or the whatever coming this way, this guy, you would say he's accelerating in that direction, right? Because he's speeding up. And so, again, remember, the direction in which you spread out is your acceleration. So the acceleration here is this way. The acceleration for over here is this way. It's a special field where anything comes and starts accelerating. And so there you go. If your speed or your velocity was in this direction, the acceleration would be making you speed up. If it was that direction, you're coming from here, it would be making you slow down. Okay? Again, if the acceleration now you know is that way, so you have negative acceleration. So if you were moving in the positive direction, you'd be slowing down. But if you're moving in the negative direction, you'd be speeding up. Okay? So negative acceleration does not mean slowing down. It just means acceleration that away. Okay? I'm going to keep trying to make sure you get that.